What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Goku Base Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form from Ichiban Kuji, Saiyajin, Koko ni Kiwamareri. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Goku from Dragon Ball Super. Each figure doesn't seem based on anything in particular from Dragon Ball Super, however, they look very close to Goku transforming in the beginning of the second opening of Dragon Ball Super. These figures are Ichiban Kuji releases, so if you'd like to learn more about Ichiban Kuji, check the video in my description below to learn more about it. If you're interested in buying this figure, then I suggest watching the other video in my description below to check out the best places to shop. These figures were released on March 10th, 2018 in Japan, along with the rest of the Ichiban Kuji set. All three figures stand at about 10.5 inches tall. Each weighs about 1 pound 7.6 ounces in box. Each weighs about 1 pound 0.6 ounces on their own, and each figure comes whole with their support. Alright, we are continuing this Ichiban Kuji. I reviewed one figure from this set, the Ultra Instinct Goku. You can check out that review in the card above. I had some strong thoughts. This is the second Ichiban Kuji set with Masterlise figures. This came out quite a while ago, back in 2018, shortly before I started collecting, and of course way before I really understood what Ichiban Kuji or what Masterlise was. So it was pretty fresh. Dragon Ball Super was, I think, in the Tournament of Power, or at least close to starting the Tournament of Power. And you know, it was pretty hype at the time. We had new Dragon Ball content. Super had its issues, but it started to improve. So I'm really happy that, you know, I was able to take part in this Ichiban Kuji years later. These are the cheaper figures in the set. And obviously, it's a lot of Goku. We have quite a bit of Goku in this set. If you count Goku Black as Goku, then it's an entire Kuji set of Goku. But hey, it was our very first Masterlise of his base form and his Super Saiyan form. It's the second Masterlise of his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. But I think as individuals within the set, let's give it a 4 out of 5 as a Masterlise, or a character choice rather. You know, I love Goku. He's my favorite character. Obviously, getting different forms and representing him in the current anime at the time is important. But, you know, it's the second Kuji set of Masterlise. You already did Super Saiyan Blue Goku from Dragon Ball Super. And, you know, even though we are getting a new Super Saiyan and a new base form Goku, you're still tagging them along with the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. So I think the base form and the Super Saiyan form as a character choice deserve a 5 out of 5. But since they're all kind of like a set together, let's just pool them in together as a 4 out of 5 character choice. I think that would be fair moving forward. So likeness, all these figures are exactly the same, by the way. There's only a slight difference between mostly the base form and the Super Saiyan forms, God and regular. But yeah, their likeness is perfect. Goku is powering up. There is a slight difference, like I said, between base and the Super Saiyan forms. The base form, it looks like his eyes are a little rounder and softer. The little anime lines under his eyes it's like just 2 lines, whereas the Super Saiyan forms, it is 1 line that's kind of like jagged and more intricate. So kind of makes it so like the Super Saiyan forms look a little angrier, slightly angrier than his base form. But they all look really good in the face. Great attention to detail, like I just mentioned. And he doesn't have that issue where like open mouth figures sometimes can look kind of goofy. And none of them look goofy, so I'm happy to say that the likeness is a 5 out of 5 across all of these figures. Now, the sculpt quality, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, you usually knock off points for recycled figures. And also, the base and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form, we have seen these exact figures in a later Kuji that came out in 2020 called History of Rivals. That Kuji featured Yamcha, Wrath Broly, and an E-moving Goku where you could just swap out the heads for base and his blue form. They reused that this figure for that set. So I'm not going to knock off points because this set came out 2 years before that one. I actually have a review of that figure on my channel. But I don't think it's fair to knock them off for that. And I know even though all 3 figures share essentially the same exact sculpt, that's more of a knock on the Ichiban Kuji set rating rather than the individual figures. So if we judge them by their individuality and how the figures are, I think the sculpt is a 5 out of 5. I love the way that he's posed. It's a very iconic pose for Dragon Ball in general, someone powering up with their arms to the side and just kind of like puffing their chest out, you know, exploding in ki and anger, which is really cool for a figure like this. Their hair sculpts are really good. I love the way that both hair sculpts are done. The Super Saiyan is kind of a little more explosive, where it's almost like it's jagged out because he's exploding in ki. And his base form, it's one of the best base form Goku hair sculpts that I think I've ever seen. It's done so well, so I really appreciate that. And then the details, like his gi looks really good. Nice details, good bagginess. His muscles look really pronounced and really great. It would have been even nicer if the base form was a little slimmer, just a tiny bit slimmer compared to the Super Saiyan forms, but not a big deal. And yeah, I just think they look fantastic. I love the attention to detail with his symbol on his back and on his front. So I think the sculpt across all of them, it's a 5 out of 5. Like I said, I would knock a point on the Kuji itself for reusing the sculpt 3 times, but I think this is fine individually on their own. And then paint and shading is also a strong 5 out of 5. I love the way that it's shaded. The blue the blue hair is kind of similar to the Dragon Ball Memories Goku, whereas there isn't noticeable shading in it. There is, but it's very subtle. Like if you look inward, almost at the inner base of his hair, you see some whites in there, but very subtly. But good paint and shading across their gi. I love the way that they shaded his boots, the blues of his shirt, and the reddish orange of his gi. He's got shading on his skin. The Super Saiyan hair shading is just wow, magnificent, dude. It's got that, you know, regular yellow, and as you go towards his head, it turns into more of like an orangish, dark yellow color. So I really love it. His eyes are really pop as well. I think the Super Saiyan form probably looks the best in regards to paint and shading. Just the contrast of the yellow with his reddish orange gi and the blue is always going to look so good. So paint and shading is easily a 5 out of 5 across all of these figures. And then of course, size and scale, very standard. He's around that 10-inch mark. He will pair well with any other Goku figure, most of your Masterlise figures. He looks really good. I love the way that you know, they really balanced out his height. And yeah, I really have not a whole lot more to say. It's a standard figure. They're very cheap, and you know, each one is going to cost you at the most $100 new in box. But I think they're really cool. They're pretty affordable Masterlise figures for an older set from 5-6 years ago. And I think it would be worth checking out. Maybe you grab your favorite form of Goku out of the 3. Maybe you want all 3 to have a really cool uniform set. I'm going to have these on my Goku Black shelf. So I'm really happy with them. And, you know, I'm going to walk away giving all 3 of them a 4.5 out of 5. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.